This is my second video about boundary setting, and today I want to talk about how people will try to sabotage your manifestation and break through your boundaries, the methods that they will use and why it's important not to let that happen. My name's Andy Sway. I'm a personal transformation specialist in Hollywood, California, and I work with people here in Southern California and also by phone and other methods online with people around the world. So anyway, most people, as we know, lead lives of quiet desperation. At least that's a quote somewhere. Was that Shakespeare? I don't know. And some people want to go beyond that. And a lot of those people end up being my clients. And so one thing that these people find themselves dealing with is efforts to sabotage their manifestation. I alluded to it in my last video about the importance of boundary setting, but now I'm going to get more into detail. People will feel rejected by you putting your purpose above your relationship with them, your status quo relationship with them. They may get insulted. They may take it as a personal affront. And your job is to not let that happen. To get serious about your manifestation, but to understand, like I said in the last video, that boundary setting is like building the foundation of a building. It's like, if I'm going to be a writer, which I spent a lot of time procrastinating on, I might have to tell certain people, my writing hours are 8 to 11 in the morning, and don't call me, and don't knock on my door, and don't send me urgent text messages at that time, because I will not respond no matter what. I won't even look, and if I do look, I still won't respond. Now, a lot of people, when you set a certain boundary, and that boundary could be, please don't scream at me. Please don't raise your voice to me. We can have a normal conversation. Your boundary could be, please don't hit me. Your boundary could be, please don't talk about my whatever thing that I'm ashamed of, or my family member, or whatever. Or could we not discuss your relationship troubles today? I think I've had enough of that for the last month, and I want to focus on other things, and I want to take our relationship to a level where we're not just stuck talking in that. Whatever your boundary is, number one, think about it. Is it a reasonable boundary? Without taking into consideration the patterns of your relationship, which the patterns of your relationship could be very dysfunctional, and therefore the boundary that you set up could be very opposed to your traditional relationship patterns, and that other person might see it as a betrayal. If I always pick up the phone every time you want to cry about what your partner just said to you, and now I'm trying to be a writer and I'm writing between 8 and 11 in the morning, and you're leaving 20 text messages and 3 voicemails on my phone between 8 and 11 a.m., then you might feel that I have abandoned you, I have rejected you, I don't care about your feelings, and you might start working on sabotaging my writing time. You might seem to have a very reasonable compromise thing. Well, could you leave your phone on, leave the ringer on, and if I call you 3 times in a row, you answer, because that means it's an emergency? Could we just decide on that? And let's say that I think, hey, that's reasonable. I do need to be here for emergencies. And then the next day, you call 3 times in a row. I'm like, uh-oh, emergency. I answer the phone. My partner called me stupid. I don't know what to do. Right? And you might be in the position where you have to say, this is not an emergency. You are not allowed to call me for this. Now, when you do this, this person might be crying. This might be your best friend that you really care about. And this person is hurting. This person is crying. This person is at the end of their rope, and they reached out to you to help. And you gave them a lecture on this is not an emergency. You cold, fill in the word. And guess what nobody's talking about? All the writing that you're not doing because of this. So you're inevitably going to get to a point, and I think I'm going to make another video about that, where your boundaries become, they get challenged with the same energy that a spoiled 2-year-old would come at you with if you refuse to give them another bite of ice cream or whatever. Okay? There's a spoiled reaction when you set new boundaries that you're going to have to deal with. And that's coming up in the next boundary video. So you might want to subscribe to this playlist about boundaries, so that you can see the other videos about it if that's something that you want to follow. But otherwise, just subscribe and hit the bell icon, and then you'll be notified when a new video comes up. Anyway, thank you very much. Good luck setting boundaries and creating the life that is a true reflection of your deepest authenticity, because that's really what it's all about. Thanks a lot.